பப்ளிக் மட்டும் வாங்க உள்ள பப்ளிக் ஓட்டி வாங்க பப்ளிக் ஓட்டி வாங்க பப்ளிக் மட்டும் வாங்க கொஞ்சம் சைலண்ட் சைலண்ட் கையை நிட்டுறீங்க தள்ளிங்க சார் கையை நிட்டுறீங்க கொஞ்சம் அமைதியா இருங்க
Please, Babu, volunteers keep quiet. Very silent. Public are more order and less are shouting.
The entire thing is because we did not anticipate, we did not have the humanity. Because, and of course,
Government and then all the good sanga.
எப்போ இங்க வந்தீங்க மறுபடியும்?
கொஞ்சம் கேமரா பின்னாடி வா
நீ பின்னாடி வாப்பா
நான் வந்து
வாங்கம்மா வாங்க நாலு வீடு எல்லாம் வாரி வெளியே போட்டாச்சு
That's the main issue, I agree. That's the main issue. We're going to take them. Please. This is not...
பின்னாடி போடு இங்க பிடிக்குமா இங்க பிடிச்சதுன்னு தெரியும் வராமா கிட்ட சிங்கிள் அப்படியே பண்ண பண்ணாத மேடம் மேடம் இந்த பக்கம் நீங்க அங்க போறீங்க நாங்க மாத்தலாம் இது பேச முடியுங்க ஆல் தி கொஞ்சம் மாறி நான் மாட்டேன் அப்புறம் நான்
கொஞ்சம் பிரஸ் கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி போங்க ப்ளீஸ் கொஞ்சம் நீ வாங்க நீ அங்க நில்லு இங்க வாப்பா
பின்னாடி வந்தா தெரியல கேமரா கொஞ்சம் போனது சார் கொஞ்சம் எடுத்து டவுன் பண்ணுங்க கேமரா
Lakh 94,538 persons were evacuated and put in around 6,775 relief camps across the state. The Chief Minister highlighted that the slum dwellers residing along the city's waterways Adayar, Coombe and Buckingham Canal lost their homes. And the CM said rehabilitating them is the highest priority of the government. I have assured her the government of India will extend all the support for rehabilitating these poor people. there are 3 schemes available with the Government of India. If it is a slum institute development, the Government of India will give 1 lakh rupees to each beneficiary. The second one is if the land is available and individual want to go for house construction, will give 1.5 lakhs, for which CM said wherever the land is not available, government will give land. The third scheme, where the beneficiaries want to take some loan from the bank whose income is below 6 lakhs, the government of below 6 lakhs per annum, that is 50,000 rupees per month. The Government of India will give 2.3 lakh rupees per unit as an interest subvention. You all know interest subvention means monthly EMI has to be paid. So instead of paying monthly, Government of India will give 2.3 lakh rupees straight away upfront, so that the EMI will come down. And if the state government also puts some money, there will be nominal EMI. So I have apprised the Honorable Chief Minister about these 3 schemes that are available, and I told her that as many houses as possible we can sanction to Chennai and to the affected people in Tamil Nadu as a special case. The Chief Minister has suggested that we should have a special dispensation for the housing, and I told her that I had to go by the cabinet decision. But anyhow, I will brief the cabinet about the request of the Chief Minister. She was asking 750 crores provision for 50,000 tenements of families living in slums in Chennai metropolitan area. If I suppose I sanction say 30,000 or 40,000 houses, if you calculate 1.5, the amount will be almost coming nearer to that. But these details and all, Chief Minister have asked the Secretary Housing and other officers to keep in touch with my ministry. I told them that they can come, and then our officers and they can sit together and work out the modalities of the housing scheme. Then with regard to the infrastructure in urban areas, the state has asked for 4,500 crores requirement is there according to preliminary estimates for the flood affected urban local bodies in Tamil Nadu. This is a larger issue I have to take up with the ministry, but we have a system called as Amrut, Atal Mission for Regeneration and Urban Transformation. On that, we have sanctioned some amount to Tamil Nadu already. That amount, they can reapportion that amount as per the requirements. The money allocated to each state, the project has to be sponsored by the state instead of central sanctioning. Now we are giving an allocation to states and saying you propose the projects within this amount. That is a new system which I have apprised the Chief Minister. She appreciated that. And thirdly, as far as the issue of metro, the Honorable Chief Minister stresses the point, because when the traffic is halted by other means, people have to resort to public transport. So she has requested early clearance of the expansion of the Chennai Metro, extension of 9.051 kilometers of Corridor 1 of Chennai Metro Rail Project, Phase 1 from Washermanpet to Vimko Nagar. I told her this has been approved by me only few days back. I have already approved it and I have sent it to Public Investment Board, PIB, for appraisal. This week itself I have approved it. So she felt happy about the same. And I told her that I will take up the matter with the Finance Minister for early clearance. As far as the request of Tamil Nadu for declaring this as a national calamity, I have explained to Honorable Chief Minister that 13th Finance Commission, after going through the experiences in the recent years, they have recommended that Calamity Relief Fund to be merged into State Disaster Relief Fund of the respective states, and the National Calamity Contingency Fund into National Disaster Response Fund. So likewise, the Finance Commission have changed the nomenclature. Now there is nothing like national calamity. So what we can do is, there is a new proportion of a calamity of rare, severe nature. I have told the Chief Minister that the Government of India has already declared Chennai floods as a calamity of rare, severe nature. That has been done. The Chief Minister has expressed thanks to Government of India for immediately responding to this. And now, because of this dispensation, after the SDRF money is exhausted, the state can approach the NDRF. There is a high-level committee presided over by the Home Minister, including Finance Minister, Agriculture Minister and other ministers. That committee will go through the request of the states. After the final report of the central committees placed before them, they will make an assessment and give additional assistance to the state. You are all aware, the moment this calamity has taken place, I was the first man in Parliament. Normally, you all know the parliamentary system. It is MPs who raise the issue. But as a Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Urban Development, and also as a person who has got some connection and affinity with Chennai, I myself raised the issue in an unusual manner in the House. Ministers can only respond. But I raised the issue because I have come to know of the severity, as I have so much acquaintance locally. Even my daughter and all also have informed me on the very same day night. So I have requested the Speaker to keep the business aside and then take up this on priority. It was discussed in Parliament. I also personally met the Prime Minister and briefed him about the damage that is being done. Then I have also alerted Defence Minister, Home Minister, Communication Minister and also Petroleum Minister to keep their departments ready and steady. I am happy that they all have risen to the occasion. And the Government of India, you are all aware, the NDRF teams were sent immediately, and also the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, they were all put on alert. Army helicopters have been pressed into service, Navy helicopters also, Navy ships have been pressed into service. The central government tried its best to supplement the efforts of the state to take care of the people who are affected. The Eastern Naval Command of the Indian Navy rushed an amphibious warfare vessel, the INS Airavat, to Chennai on 2nd December with a complement of 20 drivers, 5 Gemini boats, 4 landing craft and 2 boats also. And we have also sent 86 trained swimmers. The Eastern Naval Command dispatched the fleet tanker INS Sekti and stealth guided missile frigate INS Sahyadri to Tamil Nadu with 200 tents, 3,000 towels, 1,000 blankets, 10 field kitchens, food, milk, powder, medicines, 5,000 liters. The Indian Air Force also has responded swiftly to the flood crisis in Chennai, commencing operation on the dawn of 2nd December. Even as the rains continued, it mounted relief and rescue operations from Arkonam, Indian Air Force transport aircraft base. They have from Hyderabad, they have evacuated 770 stranded passengers to Bangalore, Hyderabad and Delhi, and also 281 tons of relief material was airlifted, including suction pipes and boats also. 13 Indian Air Force helicopters were utilized for relief operations from the Tambaram base. The National Crisis Management Committee, Cabinet Secretary has sent 5,000 liters of milk, 1 lakh bottles of water, 7 tons of biscuits and 10 tons of instant noodles to Tamil Nadu on 4th December. The Ravi Shankar Prasad, Minister for BSNL, they have provided free service for a week, but of course telecommunications were not that much effective because of rains. Piyush Goyal announced the government is sending 50,000 solar lamps also to the flood affected areas. The Honorable Prime Minister himself came here, held discussion with the Honorable Chief Minister and announced 1,000 crores for this calamity relief in the state of Tamil Nadu. He has also announced from PM's Relief Fund 2 lakhs extra. Here I want to mention one thing. Earlier, whenever there is a natural calamity, the compensation for the deceased used to be 1,20,000. After the Prime Minister took over, it has been revised to 4 lakh rupees. The Chief Minister thanked the centre for the same also by talking to me. So 4 lakh rupees plus 2 lakh rupees from the Prime Minister's Relief Fund. It becomes 6 lakh rupees. In addition to that, if the state want to give something else, that is for the state government. The Tamil Nadu government, I think, has also announced, whoever is affected partially, 50,000 rupees have been announced by the Prime Minister. The MP lads, normally MPs can spend in their constituency only. South Chennai MP can spend only in South Chennai. He cannot spend in North Chennai. Rajya Sabha member Tamil Nadu can spend in Tamil Nadu, cannot spend in Andhra Pradesh. But now, because the government have declared this is a calamity of rare, severe nature, MP lad norms have been relaxed and MPs can contribute up to 1 crore rupees from their MP lad to Tamil Nadu or Andhra Pradesh, wherever they are affected. Any MP, even outside state MPs also can contribute up to 1 crore rupees. That relaxation has been given. But you know, there will be a lot of pressure on MPs to take care of their own constituencies, their own area. That will be this thing. I, as a member of parliament, I will be contributing 50 lakh rupees from my MP lad to the cause of the rehabilitation in Chennai. I will talk to the administration and find out on which I have to spend the amount. And with regard to the houses damaged, also the Prime Minister have revised the norms. And also, if somebody loses a limb or eye or anything, 59,000. It has been enhanced to 2 lakh rupees now. If there is a disability of more than 60%, then if you are in hospital for more than 1 week, you will get 12,700. Then utensils and all, each family will be given 1,800 rupees. Then 2,000 rupees for the household goods also. What I have seen today is that lot of people lost their books also, reading materials also, certificate also. These people wanted their books to be replaced, certificates to be reissued. Today morning, Tamil Nadu government told me they are organizing special camps to reissue the certificates. It's a very important requirement. Secondly, some people made a representation to me with regard to postponing UPSC examination. In view of this situation in Tamil Nadu, I will take up the matter with the concerned DOPT, Department of Personnel in the Government of India at the earliest. Some of the MPs also spoke to me. I will take up that issue at the earliest. The Ministry of Food Process has got in touch with all the big companies. That's why a lot of companies, private companies also has come forward to help the people of Tamil Nadu. See, Nadda, my colleague in the Union Health Ministry, he has also sent us special vaccination teams also. Indra Dhanush vaccination scheme is also launched by Government of India. Friends, whatever maybe the severity, I want to compliment the people of Chennai for the resilience they have shown to face such calamity. Being in water for 7 days, 10 days is not an ordinary thing. Toilet, drinking water, milk, the other requirements for the children. The suffering cannot be explained in words, but people have shown their resilience. Secondly, lot of people through social media has come forward to help the unfortunate brethren. I salute the people of Chennai, particularly who have come to the rescue of the unfortunate brethren. Lot of social organizations, voluntary organizations have also participated in a big way to help the people by providing them the temporary relief. Organizations like Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, Seva Bharati, and also Ramakrishna Mission, then lot of other organizations of different religions also. They were all there, I am told, in the forefront. I compliment all of them for doing that good work. And some of these districts in Tamil Nadu, I have seen today, because the major issue is now, after receding of the water, garbage cleaning. That is a huge task. So Tamil Nadu government is pressing the service of different municipal bodies from across the state. I met some of them also. It is a huge task. People are a little impatient about that because this many days still garbage is there. But it's a human factor is involved. And I also notice I also want the people to appreciate who are the sanitary workers. They are also citizens of Chennai. Their houses also are drowned. Their families also are affected. In spite of that, the Chennai Corporation sanitation workers, the Palavan Transport Corporation workers, and also the electricity employees and the police. At some places, people are angry, but at many places I was happy to hear they were praising the local police at a different place where I have gone. So this shows the commitment these people have done. There may be some lapses, there may be some shortcomings in such a massive tragedy. There may be, but I am not here, I have not come here to find fault with anybody. That is not the duty of the central government. I came here to express our solidarity with the state government and also extend whatever support is possible to the people of Tamil Nadu who has suffered huge loss, and particularly people of Chennai who have suffered very adversely because there was continuous rains all these years. One lesson which we have to learn, I am very frank about it, I want to say it openly, I have conveyed it to Honorable Chief Minister also, about people are complaining, not only complaining, as an urban development minister I have gone through it, encroachments, obstructions to rivulets, rivers, Coombe River, Adayar River, Buckingham Canal, even that Thambaram, what is that river? Pamban River. This is a major issue. We have to tackle it in an effective manner. And in addition to this is not only in Tamil Nadu, it's happening in Andhra Pradesh, in other places also. I have my own experience. People are encroaching, and we politicians, instead of stopping it, sometimes we are becoming helpless. And thereby, some people are causing hardship to large section of people. Nature is one thing. I do admit 101.8 centimeters of rain. But at the same time, because the reservoirs are shrinking, the lakes are shrinking, the rivers are shrinking, we are occupying, and local, the municipal body or the authorities, sometimes they become silent spectators because of pressure and all. But I feel the time has come, we should take up this on a war footing, where all these encroachments has to be removed, public or private, and then the rehabilitation program has to be taken up. You can't throw the poor people out simply like that. You have to plan rehabilitations. Honorable CM told me there are 10,000 houses available, readily constructed. She wants to move some of them to that. And for others, we have to go vertical. And then Government of India will help with the housing scheme. They have to be rehabilitated, and at the same time, say 10 meters from the river bed or 5 meters, 20 meters, whatever is possible for Coombe River, for Adayar River, for Pamban River, and also for the Buckingham Canal. You have to have a green belt, demarcate it, and also involve some local organizations like trade, business, industry, certain areas, say 500 meters, one company, they can put their board, this area is under so and so. Like we do it for Traffic Island. Traffic Island is easy, but this is little. But it is very important now. It has become very important, otherwise these things are going to reoccur. We don't know. Nature, what will happen when, we don't know. So we have to, I suggested to the Chief Minister, and Chief Minister being a dynamic and bold person, she can read this also, show the way to others now. While rehabilitating the poor people, all this, and some of the, I have seen on the social media, lot of private people also encroach, institutions have also encroached. This cannot be allowed because it will cause large suffering. Few people, they cause large suffering. So this has to be taken up, and it's a lesson for the entire country. It's a lesson for the entire country because as per the experts, there is a possibility of such floods in the future also. Not only to Tamil Nadu, for Andhra, Karnataka, they have cautioned other states also. So we must all accept this challenge of removing encroachments and making the local officer accountable. When something is happening, why should he close his eyes? That is the system change that is required. As an urban development minister, I will be pursuing it with all the states. I hope the state government will do whatever is needed. Because it's a massive problem It will take some more time to bring back total normalcy. My party people also are active from the day one, and my party national president has sanctioned 1 crore rupees, kept at the disposal of my state unit for the relief activity. I am also happy from neighboring places also some people are coming and joining the Swachh Bharat campaign. They have invited me. Nellore Municipal Corporation from my native place, mayor and corporators have come. So 75-member team has come to clean up Kotturapuram area. Like that, everybody should follow these examples and try to stand by the people who are affected in this hour of crisis.
Sir, it's been told the state government has not handled the issue properly. They didn't take proper precautions.
I am not here to make any comments because this is an hour of challenge. We should all work together instead of trying to find fault with each other. This is not time for politicking, and you cannot expect it from a central minister.
Sir, even High Court has given a point that the state government did not coordinate with the defense units properly.
I don't want to make, I don't make comments on the High Court's observations. But to the best of ability, center and state tried their best. This much I can say.
Sir, when talking about the enforcement, sir, will the central government re-emphasize the guidelines?
I will emphasize, I will reiterate. I requested the Chief Minister also, I will be requesting other Chief Ministers also. We should take lessons from this tragedy, suffering, and take long-term measures with regard to preventing encroachments and also segregating the sewerage at the entry point to the rivers. That's another major thing. See the Coombe River. Originally that was not the case because all of us are leaving our sewerage and it's going just like that. And the local administrations there at the local body level, they don't take action. For this government or that government is not the issue. If you try to take why I am not willing to join this thing is the entire focus and attention will be diverted to political controversies and it will be only criticizing each other and people's cause and this thing. The lesson, that's why I am saying we have to learn is remove encroachments, widen the lakes, deepen the lakes, regenerate the water bodies and also strengthen the bunds and then keep some buffer for each bund wherein there can be greenery belt, entrust it to private organizations, to industry. They can put their name also as a complimentary this thing for what service they are doing. And also entry points to city. The rivulets that are coming are small wagus, what do you call locally. That also has to be taken care. Odai. They also has to be taken care. CM told me that some reservoirs from Andhra also are joining here. I will talk to Andhra Chief Minister also to take care of them, RNR, etc. Whatever it is a joint responsibility of all of us. The Prime Minister is very keen that the Government of India extend all the support that is required. That's why he personally came here also to assure the people that the Government of India is there with you.
Sir, UN has given undertaken, sir.
Huh?
Will there be steady undertaken, sir?
No, that has to be done by local bodies.
No, sir, UN
Local administration.
UN has given a report that El Nino is the reason for the total things which is happening now. So UN has given a report to India. So India is going to have any body in future.
UN has cautioned India also about not only to Tamil Nadu but also to Andhra, Karnataka and other states. This has to be taken up at an appropriate level. I will be discussing with the Science and Technology as well as the Environment Minister also to take care of what is exactly the nature of advice, what precautions we can be taken. That will be taken up by Government of India seriously.
What is the difference between
Normal calamity, there you have to draw money only from State Disaster Relief Fund. If it is a calamity of severe nature, then you can approach the National Disaster Relief Fund, one. And some relaxations like which we have given to MPs, that also can be given, special dispensation.
So, the state government has sought more money from the central government.
It's quite but natural, but the only thing is, the Government of India also has an economic situation and we have to take care of other states also. For information, I am telling you, when we raised the issue of Tamil Nadu floods and discussed it seriously, some other parties, they protested saying you are showing more concern, you are not shown same concern to us on one party. Regional party walked out of the house also. I am not blaming them. That is the situation. So we have to see that the requirements of different states, to some extent Andhra is affected, to some extent Bengal is affected, to some extent serious drought situation in different parts of the country.